Yeah, a few months ago now, I think it is.
So what happened? Because no one knows. And everyone's wondering.
She wanted to get that's real.
Basically. It came down to he just doesn't agree or like doesn't support like lifestyle, which like I don't hate on him for that. I understand it. I think honestly like the average person would like kind of like see something against it, and he just couldn't deal with it. But it's just like he couldn't deal with like being tagged and stuff on Twitter.
Yeah.
It's part of the game.
When I like someone, I have to.
Her boyfriend edits her videos.
No, he doesn't.
That's crazy. No, but he just couldn't. It just ended basically because I was upset that I was like, you knew who I was when you started dating me. So like, why are you kind of like now like turning your back and be like, actually, I can't handle this after you got in a relationship with me.
Yeah,
so.
They hate us for the reasons they love us. Always.
Yeah.
Ryan's single, by the way, everyone.
Yeah, most guys are gonna lie to themselves and say that they can deal with a woman that does OnlyFans. But that's just because they don't understand. Not only does she do OnlyFans, but she's also a public figure and she brags about it. It's one thing to make money from OnlyFans, but it's a totally different thing to make money from OnlyFans, brag about it, and then threaten to kick people out of your house just because they don't agree with you.
Never really think about it and just go back to crushing it.
I'm gonna go back to crushing it too.
What is your... You go back to crushing it, I'm gonna go invite a few girls here tonight.
And me back on the streets is a lot scarier than me back on the streets.
I don't even give a fuck. You go do you.
You're in my house.
You begged me to be here.
Then leave. If you don't want to be here.
You want me to leave? We'll throw this house party, we'll trash this place, and we'll be out in the morning.
And I'll sue you.
You asked me to be here. It made me so mad. I'm gonna let her do her thing. I'm not getting her business anymore.
Women don't understand that when they try to sleep around to get back at a man, all it does is prove to that man why he shouldn't have been with you in the first place. And as a man, not only does he have to deal with the fact that everybody can see his girlfriend naked for the price of a Big Mac, but then you also try to emasculate him in front of his friends. Myra from Fresh and Fit already told him that this was gonna happen.
Like you being a lover boy and being that romantic, like you're seeing things in her that might not necessarily be there in full HD, but you see it that way and you're operating from an idealistic lens versus a realistic lens.
I think it makes me more, okay, sorry, I don't want to cut you off.
And what I've come to realize is that girls that come from certain backgrounds are very good at putting out a certain persona to attract the man, and then the claws really sink into you after they got you married or after you guys are cohabitating or whatever, and you might see the other side. Because once a girl gets in a certain industry or certain background, there's certain traumas that exist in them that won't rear their ugly head until there's altercation or conflict, and it might come and you might not expect it. And I think you being an idealistic guy, being a lover boy, being pure-hearted, you see the good in her, but you might not see the dark side because you haven't seen it yet. And I mean, I'm not hoping for anything. I hope it works out. But girls that come from that industry, bro, they have demons that they're fighting all the time, and it's very difficult for them to get them out.
I agree. And you know what? To answer that, time will tell. But
yeah,
time will tell.
And as a lover boy, you know, I've done a lot of growing up. I know who I am. You know, I've been through this. I've met a lot of girls, met a lot of people. I think it does make me more understanding. It makes me more understanding and more patient.
We had this discussion with Neon, you know, and I'm a little bit older than you guys, so I'm speaking from experience and also from law enforcement background, where I would interview people that were extremely manipulative and extremely conniving and cunning, and would be able to sell, you know, a certain persona, people that are sociopaths, etc. And unfortunately, I hate to say it, women that are involved in sex work typically always score very high in all these traits, and they're able to sell a dream or a persona.
And this is why I tell young guys don't just go and sleep around, because the most promiscuous women are the best at getting sympathy from men. She gonna give you that Gok 3000 with the twist, and next thing you know, you gonna start convincing yourself that she's different. 3 months later, you crying in the shower listening to Drake.
W's in the shot.
Could it still work? Could this still work?
Well, she asked me to move in with her.
I don't think he'll ever be okay with my past, ever. He brought it up every single day, like, I really wish you didn't do this.
That is not true. That was just for the last month. We've had a
like, imagine if someone every single day is in your ear like, oh, I hate that you did this. Like, that hurts.
Every day or the last month?
Every day. No.
This was not every day. What are you talking about?
Damn near, sometimes twice a day.
No, this last month has been rough. It was the last month.
Or, like, okay, something that also was really upsetting towards me is he's always like, it's different for girls versus guys. Like, his body count's higher than mine, just saying, by significantly. But he's like, it's different because I'm a guy.
It is different, though.
But, like, is it that crazy different?
Thank you.
Oh, God, no. Okay.
I'm so sorry. She's
I'm not trying to be mean. I'm not trying to be mean.
I'm not trying to be mean either, and I'm not trying to be, she always says, you're misogynistic.
To a point, I do agree with you, but it's like, he's straight up about it, like, you have a hole. And
that is not true at all.
Yeah.
You are putting words in my mouth. That is not true at all. That is not true at all. That is not true.
Babe, I'm sorry.
Oh my God. Slip up.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
Yeah, it's called resentment. When things are going good, it's easy to push that to the side. But when things start going bad, you start thinking about the fact that she sucks people off for a living. Really, it's just getting older. When you're 20, 21, 22, sexual liberation sounds cool because you can just go around and sleep with a bunch of people. But the older you get, the more you start thinking about family and how what you're doing currently might affect that family. Luckily for him, he ain't the one on OnlyFans, so he can kick her to the curb and get a clean slate.
She belongs to the streets.
Who would you go for? That one, this one, or this one?
Neither.
Why?
I can tell you all three. You would have told me she was over a roster, and if she's her friend, and she's her friend, none of them are good. You gotta stay true to yourself, King.
What do you think is the body count?
I'ma say 15,
Damn.
15, and I'ma say over 20.
The body count?
Truly.
What's your body count?
4. 4.
So what's the perfect body count for a woman?
For a woman, I'ma say under 7. Under 7.
Damn. So
anything above is crazy.
None of these can have a chance?
Not a chance. You gotta be worthy of yourself, man. You're worth more than that.
But you don't think high body count means more experience?
More experience? I don't give a fuck about more experience.
Well, shit, what would you rate them then?
What I rate them?
They good looking.
Nah. You gotta stay true to yourself, man.
He cold. He's absolutely right, and I'm happy the younger guys are starting to understand that this ain't 1960 no more. You gotta move differently. Gen Z men are becoming the most socially conservative group this country's seen in decades.
Within a generation, men and women have held similar views or ideologies. With Gen Z, for the first time, we're seeing something very different, which is that men and women within Gen Z have very different views of the world, with women being much more progressive and liberal and men being much more conservative. This seems to be a global phenomenon. These charts are from an article that was in the Financial Times yesterday, and they picked a few countries for this particular graphic, but in the article they talk about countries pretty much all over the world. On these charts, the x-axis is time and the y-axis is political ideology, with higher on the axis being more liberal and lower on the axis being more conservative. If we look at South Korea, we see a huge gap that's developed over time among men and women between the ages of 18 and 29. And if you look at that red line, you do see women are becoming more progressive and more liberal over time, but really the biggest change is young men becoming much more conservative, especially in the last 5 to 8 years. South Korean women are so fed up with the discrimination against women in their society that they're refusing to get married and they're refusing to have children. That has led them to have the lowest birth rate in the world in 2022 at 0.78 births per woman. There's even a name for this movement, which is called the 4B movement. The 4 Bs stand for no dating, no heterosexual sexual relationships, no heterosexual marriage, and no bearing children. South Korea seems to have the biggest divide among Gen Z, but you see a similar pattern right here with the United States, with women becoming more liberal, men becoming more conservative, and the gap widening. And then you also see the same thing with Germany, where again, women are becoming more liberal, men are becoming more conservative, with the gap widening. In the UK, it seems to be that men and women are both becoming more liberal, but women are becoming more liberal more quickly than men, thus creating a larger gap. In the US, younger men have even more conservative views on gender than older generations. This is a chart showing responses to this statement: women seek to gain power by controlling over men. And what they show is the blue bars are responses from men, the red bars are responses from women, and the youngest groups are on the left of this chart and the oldest groups are on the right of this chart. So you see the tallest blue bar, the age group in which there's the highest proportion of men agreeing with this statement, is for men ages 18 to 29, or the youngest age group represented.
It doesn't matter how liberal the women become, it only matters how socially conservative the boys are. Because regardless of what the media says, young men are the demographic that start revolutions when they don't like the circumstances that they have to live in. And to be honest, I think the main reason for the difference is conservative people have significantly more kids. It turns out an ideology based on materialism, twerking, and getting rid of your potential kids can't really have a future, because if you don't have kids, you don't have a future. It might take a couple of decades, but when these boys are old enough to get into political positions, it's gonna get interesting.
Ashraf Hakimi is playing 4D chess. This guy's a genius. Hakimi's wife filed for a divorce and demanded half of his property. When his 36-year-old wife took her 24-year-old husband to court, she expected to get an equal share of his 70 million net worth upon separation. But she was informed documents that showed his assets all belonged to his mum. It turns out her millionaire husband owns nothing legally, and even the property is under the mother's name. Every month, Hakimi gets 1 million from PSG and 80% is deposited to Mrs. Fatima's account. He has no property, cars, jewelry, or even clothes in his name. So anytime he wants anything, he has to ask his mum very kindly for it. So Hakimi will lose nothing from this court case, and that's the reason why.
The guys in the comments were roasting her. Your Honor, I'm still getting an allowance from my mom, but my wife's net worth is $2 million. Where's my half? Y'all broke up? Hakimi, nah, she broke. I'm up. Hakimi's mom got her own FIFA icon card coming with assist man. Every woman wants a son like Hakimi, but no woman wants a husband like Hakimi.
Here's my theory on what I think happened. And just so you guys know, in Middle Eastern culture, Middle Eastern culture, in the Islamic faith in general, it's fairly taboo to marry a woman older than you. All right, it's looked down upon. It's not really, you know, it's regardless of what country you come from, Sudan, Morocco, Egypt, anywhere in the Middle East, it's not common for you to marry a woman older than you, especially if you have money and status. So this is what I think happened more than likely. His mom saw that he was marrying an older woman, sized her up, met her a few times. Like, you're going to put everything under my name. I don't think this woman has good intentions, etc. I love you. I'm going to let you marry her and do what you want. But to be safe, put everything under my name. I guarantee it was his mother's plan. Guarantee. Because him to be 24, to have that kind of foresight and that wisdom, to be sexually inexperienced, to make a dumb decision like marrying an older woman like that, I get like that doesn't make sense for him to also put everything under his mom's name. Does that make sense? Like the stupid's name. So I guarantee his mother had some play and saying, yo, you're going to put everything under my name because I don't trust this chick. I don't like this chick. I think she's trying to marry you for ulterior motives. And what we're going to do is we're going to protect your assets.
In the last video, I said that she might not be a gold digger, but I lied. She's 36 years old and he's only 24 years old. And they've been married for 3 years. Meaning she was 33 and he was only 21 years old when they first got married. Let's just be honest. What would be the main motivation for a 33-year-old woman to marry a 21-year-old guy?
Yeah, that could be the case too. You could be BBL'd up. I'm not sure.
I am BBL'd up. Is that a problem?
Okay. Nah. I mean, I can fuck with a manufacturer big. A manufacturer big for sure. You know what I'm saying?
A manufactured pineapple.
You're a victim. He's a 10, but he takes steroids.
Oh, it's because
Okay, explain it.
Because if he takes steroids, he's not even a man. He's not even trying to get big for himself. He's being a wuss. Cheating his way through it.
Are you guys against implants?
No. I say do whatever the fuck you want with your body.
Body your choice, right?
Yeah. Your body, your choice.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
We fucking got him.
Yeah, I don't recommend either of those. Steroids gonna have you looking like SpongeBob with the blow-up arms. And women with implants got more plastic than the Pacific Ocean. You might as well be a blow-up doll.
What is your best advice on love?
I have no advice on that.
Have you ever been in love?
Yeah, of course.
Are you in love right now?
No.
Okay, so you're single or married?
Married.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
City boy! City boy!
He cold.
It's an evil world we live in.
That's why he's the GOAT! The GOAT!
Run it back. Are you in love?
Yes.
Okay. Hey guys, remember when springtime approaching, man, don't let that $27 sundress cost you $100,000 in child support.
Wise words from a wise man. There ain't no simping in his pimping. 2 things he ain't ever seen: a turtle with speed and a girl he needs.
You should get enough validation from your wife, and your wife should get enough from you. She should be inspired by you, and maybe if you had a six-pack, she would be more inspired by you, and she wouldn't post thirst traps on Instagram.
So what do you do for a living? You know, I'm the CEO of my OnlyFans account. I'm an entrepreneur, and I invest. So you say ass, huh? No, I'm a boss. I work for myself. I am the CEO of a Fortune 500 business. Do you sniff the dirt under the fucking keyboard keys? Because, bitch, you might want to stop. You sell ass. I'm a fucking independent woman. You heard what I said?
If I make most of my money from slanging ads on YouTube, I'm a YouTuber. If I make most of my money by shooting a basketball, I'm a basketball player. If you make the majority of your money by selling ass, I don't care about the other 5 job titles in your bio. You're a sex worker.
This is a very important message to all my brothers who want to get married.
You men go look for looks, but your looks will not raise your children and will not be your wife. You can have a wife who's absolutely stunning, but be a shit person. And then suddenly she will look ugly because her looks will fade. But if you marry a girl who's but she treats you like a king and is a great mother to your kids, suddenly she looks like a queen. She looks like a princess. She looks like an angel. Do you know how I know this? Because when I first saw my wife, I thought,
Okay. Just so rude, Hello. You're so rude.
But now, wallahi,
as if you're the best looking person out there.
In my eyes, there isn't one single woman more beautiful than my wife. But the first time I saw her, bro, I saw the if you paid me, I would have married her. But now, I will die for her.
What's your problem?
I'm educating my brothers. Wallahi, this is a true story.
So you found me ugly?
Yes, honestly.
You found me ugly?
Yeah, when I saw it, I was like...
I said to my wife, listen, get a house with furnitures because, I don't go out there and following you to get the furnitures. And she was like, I found a nice house but has no furnitures. And I'm like, but then you go to IKEA and you get the furnitures. And then the broker goes like, rich people, they don't buy furnitures in IKEA. No, but intelligent people do.
Facts, I don't care about how much money I make. I'm always looking to save $1. Even when I got it, I ain't got it. Hell, I'm so cheap, I don't even want to pay attention.
I post my boyfriend my story pretty frequently, and I make sure he's on my Instagram too, so I don't really get bothered.
A few minutes later.
Okay, so I'm trying to look for your boyfriend. Yeah, where's your man? Where's your man?
I just recently got signed with an agency. I had to be in.
Wait, no, post these pictures for you, right? No, is that him there? Wait, no, my bad. Wait, it's the beach. He's over there. Wait, no, is that him? Oh no, that's Ash. Damn, okay. Yo, where is he? Yo, see him. What the? Yo, where's Waldo? Where's Waldo? Let's go last year September.
A few moments later.
Like I gotta go.
Oh, so go.
Yeah.
Alright, go.
Oh, you're like leaving the show? Oh, okay.
Yeah, I have to go.
She took her IG off the panel.
All right, fair enough. Yep, she's got to go. I think we triggered her too much.
Yo, how much a guy have to make to date you?
He has to make me smile, me feel appreciated. It don't matter about all that money shit. Nah, because y'all be having money, y'all be goofy as hell. Y'all don't know how to talk to a bitch. Y'all weird as hell for real. Y'all weird as
what you should be doing to get girls, I know this is gonna sound crazy. You should be focused on your goals and your purpose. When you're purpose driven, you develop riches. And when you're pleasure driven, you develop addiction. So I feel like you should be focused on your purpose, and anything that's not in alignment with your purpose, you won't even have time for it. But if it is in alignment and it adds value, then I say, pursue it. If not, remove it.
Exactly. Happiness doesn't come without hardship. Any type of happiness that comes without hardship is just pleasure, and every type of pleasure is addictive. Eat too much food. It tastes good, but you get fat. Drink too much. It feels good, but you get drunk. True happiness comes from challenging yourself and overcoming that challenge, setting a goal and achieving that goal. Without any new challenges or goals, you get consumed by pleasure.
Bye.
According to people in the comments, the woman in this video cheated on the guy in this video and she was just trying to get him to take her back. If that's the case, I give him a perfect 10 out of 10. Now, I personally don't think he should have met up with her in the first place because most guys don't have the willpower to avoid getting back into the web. But this dude did the right thing. Even though it hurt, even though he might go home and cry later, he did the right thing, and I think he's going to thank himself in the future.
Yo, men are so afraid they're gonna get called a pervert at the gym that nobody saw that woman was in trouble.
After this, I just saw that she was staring at me the whole time I was doing my set, and it made me feel extremely uncomfortable, and I just don't know why anybody would do anything like this. So I reported it to management, and they took her out back and shot her in the back of the head, so that's good.
You go, King. She was totally staring at you. You're not a victim, you're a survivor.
Look at you, eating a poor, helpless chicken.
Well, he's eating it, not me, firstly, and secondly, but you're over here wearing a leather jacket.
Got him. It is kind of incentivized nowadays, and I heard you talk about how you think he should deal with it, but I think we're in a different time.
Ray Rice the bitch.
Now you can't.
I will.
No, you can't.
If you do me like that, this is what.
She just hit you over the head with a Henny bottle, got glasses stuck in your head.
I hit over her head with a pole.
No.
And we both go to jail. When the police show up, man, this hit me in the head right here. Look, man, I watched Uncle Curtis and Aunt B do it. Both of them stabbed one another. Back then, didn't nobody go to jail. Back then, you told the police, man, she done something wrong, and you convinced the police she done something wrong, you get to whoop her again.
No,
so, but this is what I'm saying. Equal opportunity, equal rights. Women want the same rights as men. It's called mutual combative. If you hit me and I hit you and the police show up and we both agreed to fight, nobody goes to jail. If you hit me, I'm hitting you. Now let's tell the police we had a mutual combative.
Now, he lost me in the first half, but at the end, he kind of reeled it back in a little bit. And I agree. You know why I don't go up and hit Mike Tyson? Because if he punched me in the face, my ears would touch. With that being said, you should never hit anybody, but you definitely shouldn't hit him if you know you can't win.
It's pretty fat-phobic to want to exercise.
Oh, yeah. Everyone should be fat-phobic.
You're fat-phobic?
Yeah.
W masseuse, yo. W fat-phobia.
Being fat is bad. It's bad for you. It's bad for the world. It's bad for the environment.
Wouldn't you have ended up with a billionaire?
I'm gonna tell you why I wouldn't. I haven't ended up with a billionaire. And I'll show you the DMs. I got Neymar in my DMs.
Wait,
and I curve him. I'm not like these girls. Oh my God. Let me. He was acting like a silly ass dumbass, and he a billionaire, but he's silly to me. He's still a goofy.
Saying that.
Why was he silly to you?
He was acting like I just didn't catch the vibe, but just stay there like acting like they like acting, but just because he got money.
What do you mean by he was kind of a pussy?
Disrespectful. Not a pussy, but he was just acting mad goofy.
Neymar is one of the best players ever in the most popular sport in the world. Just because he messaged you to see if he can smash doesn't mean he wants to commit to you. Neymar dates supermodels and has a long history of DMing Instagram models. And he only probably seems silly because English isn't even his first language.
Next time that you're on a date, this is what I want you to do. Ask the person, who are the people in your life that you love the most? And after they answer that question, ask them, now why do you love them the most? And as they're answering this question, listen very, very closely. And if their answers are based mostly around what these people do for them, as opposed to who these people are to them, I feel like my opinion, okay, my opinion, and if you don't like it, let me know how much you don't like it in the comments. But I feel like it gives you a good idea of what it'll be like to be in a relationship with that person.
So, are you cheating on your husband with him?
Yes.
We actually met here 2 months ago. He's
Here?
the top. He works at the bars. I met him at it because I was here for a bachelorette. And the rest was history? And the rest is history. Yeah. Just tell me. No, I met him 2 months ago. Yeah, he's great. So we're just like figuring it out. Okay. How long have you been married? 6 years. Why do you want to leave him? Is he a piece of shit? Not at all.
I beg your pardon?
The level of madness we've gotten to as a society when people are openly talking about how they're cheating on people. Now that it's on the internet, I just hope that the internet does what the internet does and this guy just finds out.
I just find it very interesting because, like, by your logic, you know what? I'm going to play video games every day. I'm going to smoke weed. I'm going to live in my mom's basement, eat Cheetos, and I deserve a bad bitch. What do y'all niggas think?
You go, King.
I deserve that bad bitch.
Yo, King.
Yo, you know what? I fucking change it. I'm not fucking changing it. These bitches better take me how I feel. Cheetos. Video games.
You guys are delusional.
Wait, what? Delusional? What was that? Stop the show. What was that?
That's delusional.
Why am I delusional?
Because, like, you're thinking that you're not, like, you're not doing shit with your life, that you're gonna get a bad.
What you did was just like prove.
Being a mother is the hardest job out there.
Most difficult job, and Oprah said that.
Oprah said that, yeah. Has your opinion on that phrase changed at all since you've had a kid?
No. It's not the most difficult job on the planet. It just isn't. Dude, I did roofing in July. As a redhead, I almost died. There's people that work on like oil. What was that movie that guy made? The oil, they drill oil. What is it?
There Will Be Blood?
Not There Will Be Blood. The out in the ocean, they were drilling. I can never remember the names.
Deepwater.
Mark Wahlberg was in it.
Deepwater Horizon. Yeah.
Those guys were working on an oil rig. The fucking thing blows up. They're on fire. They got to jump into water that's on fire. Salty water into their wounds. You got to swim out of that oil and fire and then tread water, praying to God that the Coast Guard is going to get there before the sharks do. Now talk to me about a toddler. Oh, he was so fussy today. He wouldn't eat his peas. Yeah, and just the level of reward that is, you know, as annoying as a kid is, like they smile at you and it's over. It's over. So, I mean, you don't get that, you know, working on an oil rig when your buddy's greasy face lights up. You know what? It really is all worth it.
Bill Burr is always speaking facts. I do think that being a mother is a hard job, and I dare say it's one of the most important jobs in the world. And women who choose to prioritize being a mother should be appreciated. But with that being said, objectively, being a mother is not harder than heart surgery. Pressing play on Netflix doesn't take more concentration than putting a person's heart into their body. We definitely should recognize the patience it must take to be a housewife, but we still gotta be realistic. Till next time.